Hello and welcome. We had a lot of snowfall recently here in West Coast Sweden, and it's really beautiful outside, but it's also really cold. It was minus 18 degrees Celsius when I woke up this morning, so I haven't really decided if I'm gonna go out bash yet. The sun's out and everything, so it's really beautiful outside, but it's still like minus 8 degrees to minus 10 degrees Celsius. Even if you're in the sun, so just a bit cold to bash. I was out the other day with my Arma Nero, and that was a fun bash. Although I had it was like minus 8 degrees Celsius, and I had a bunch of low voltage cutouts or strange where the core just quit and stuff. So I think that's related to the cold and snow being around the batteries and stuff. So, but anyway, it was a real fun bash, and I used these paddle tires. Now they weren't really great on the icy road and on the powder snow on the side, but it was fun. So these I've been trying these in snow, and it's all depending on what kind of snow it is. Like light powder snow, they don't really work too well if you don't if you don't go into the snow and keep full throttle all the way through. If you stop, you kind of don't get anywhere because the powder snow doesn't give enough traction. Now I've been using these for a while, and also a lot in the sand, and they've been holding up real great. These are the Traxxas 2.0 Revo ones. They don't really have a name. It just says Traxxas on them, and these are vented and also taped, one turn of Gorilla Tape, and I glued them on Proline F11s, which are a really great rim and a favorite of mine. So anyway, these are really great, and but while bashing, I have a large field in front of me, and there's pretty deep snow. So I wanted to try another truck. So I'm going to try the Kraton 8S or the X-Maxx, and my choice probably it's going to fall on the X-Maxx, but we'll see. Paddle tires, I've been trying. These are actually the only two kind of paddle tires I have mounted so far, and these have been great. I have tried these Louise B paddles on the buggy ones, not in the snow, but in sand, and they worked out really well. Now, these trenchers, they're really nice wheels and all that, and I got these as a gift from my son, and he bought them separate. He bought the tires and the rims loose, so I put them together, and they've been lying on the shelf for a whole year now, and for some reason I haven't have the opportunity to use them yet. So whenever we go out, they've just been laying on the shelf. I think one reason for that is that they are really heavy and they're really massive. I think they might be tough on the drivetrain for the X-Maxx, but they're supposed to be really fun jumping and all that stuff since you got a lot of mass in the air. But they're really heavy, and I think these are the heaviest tire combination that you can buy for an X-Maxx. Now, the Proline ones has been really great. They've been holding up real well. These are the MX43s, and also mounted on Prolux, and these have been through hell really with my son's driving, and I haven't had any problems with them. These are also a bit on the heavy side, but they're also really sturdy. They're not super good for jumping and stuff like that, even though if they hold up, they're kind of stiff. So, but the plus side is kind of zero ballooning, so that's nice. If you compare the trenchers to the stock X-Maxx rims, these I mean the trenchers are a lot larger, and a bit wider, and like I said, a lot heavier. These are really nice. So these are a really good stock tire. But one thing you got to do is, I had bought a couple of these used as well, and the previous owners probably ran them in water and stuff and did not vent them. And that's the thing I really recommend doing these. Tape the holes on the inside and vent them. So if you're gonna run close to water or near water, or whether it's wet. So, and another tire that's been another wheel combo that's been really nice is the Louise X uphills, and these are also available in the Duratrax brand, and I believe they're called 6-packs then. And these are we've been running these on the X-Maxx, and we also been running these on the Kraton 8S. And the Louises are a really great affordable wheel combo. Really, they're not perfect, but you get good rubber, you get a pretty good rim. That is like really sturdy and stuff on the outside, but a bit weak on the inside, where it tends to crack if it's cold, or if you happen to crash into something, and it has a tendency to crack. And on these ones, I have reinforced these with some old X-Maxx rims that I cut apart, but you can also 3D print inserts and glue them on the inside, and that way they end up a little bit sturdier. So these are really nice, although they're a bit stiff. But there's also a plus side to this, that they are belted with the MFT technology. There's like a thin belt on the inside. It's like a thin cloth of some kind of synthetic material, and it keeps the ballooning to almost to zero. So that's really nice. And like I said, the upside of these are the price. Now these are available as the X Uphill, and also as the X Pioneer. The Pioneer ones are really nice as well. I haven't been able to try these out yet, but they feel nice as well. And although the uphill are my favorite ones, I guess it's because I like the MX pattern, and these remind me a lot of the MX 38s and the MX 43s, and these remind me more of the trencher pattern actually. So, but anyway, either of these are really nice. There's also a third one, I believe that's called the X Cyclone. And that's a pretty much nice all-round tire as well, but I haven't tried that out really. Now, the one strange thing with Louise, they make so many wheel combos today. I don't really keep track of them anymore. They have like the old models and the new models and all kinds of sizes. Now, the one thing they don't make are the X paddles. I believe if they made an X series paddle, I believe it would be called the X paddle. I don't know, but it makes sense. And I have no clue why they don't really make an X paddle one, since they make several other paddle tires. They would kind of be nice to include them in the same series. Just buy them, great price and everything, and just bolt them on and run. But for some reason they don't make them, so I hope they will. Also, the Duratrax brand, which are kind of, I don't know, the Louise or like the main company, and the Duratrax are the rebranded ones. But now it seems like Duratrax has more models to offer than the Louise all of a sudden for the in this type of wheel. I recently saw the Duratrax has released the same one, but 24mm hex, but also an 80mm hole right there, so it bolts straight onto the Kraton 8S. So I guess that's coming up soon in the Louise version as well. I don't know. But anyway, it would be really nice if Louise or Duratrax made an X series paddle one. I would instantly buy those because that would be really fun to have both in the snow and in the sand. So another thing with the weight, these are the Creighton 8S, the Copperhead 2s. These are really nice and also a favorite of mine, and they're pretty much the same as the X-Maxx ones, both in weight and in size. So these have been really great on the Creighton, and the only thing that really happened to him was that I have cracked a couple of rims, but other than that, been holding up real great. So same thing there. Maybe D-Boots could make some paddles. That would be nice. But we'll see. So back to the trenchers. Now, since I don't use these, I was thinking of, since all the screws and everything right there are the cap heads or regular ones, I have decided long ago to swap them all out to stainless, and these are M3 by 20s. So while doing that, I'm gonna dismount these, and I bought these Proline slingshots for the Prolock wheels, and it's kind of like an affordable deal, since I just had to buy the tires, and I'm gonna reuse the rims. Now I really like this Prolock beadlock version, the Proline beadlock version, called Prolock, I guess, how you say it. And now it seems really sturdy. I mean, the wheel and everything is super sturdy. The nylon rings and everything super sturdy as well. And the beadlock system is kind of like, since the screws also goes through the rubber, I mean, once you mount them correctly and everything, it's a really great combo, and they don't really come loose. So really nice. And I believe Proline is the only one that makes that type of beadlock. I might be wrong, but I haven't seen other ones do that. So anyway, I'm gonna dismount these, and I'm gonna start mounting the slingshots. So these are part number 10146-103. So let's open these up. Wow. Now these do feel nice. I guess they're a bit stiff, but I don't know. I only have about 10 degrees Celsius in my workshop right here, so maybe that's why. But anyway, I'm supposed to use them in the snow, but so I hope they don't are too stiff right there. There's another choice, of course, if you want to buy paddle tires, and it's of course to buy the X-Maxx ones. Now the reason I bought the slingshots ones was actually to save a bit of money. The X-Maxx paddles are well, they're kind of costly, so I paid I got a good price for 4 of these loose tires, so that's why I went for it. And maybe in the future, if I like the paddle tires on the bigger trucks as well, I might as well just check out the Traxxas ones. But anyway, And while doing this, since I've done it once or maybe twice, I can't remember if I mounted those Badlands MX43s as well, but I really recommend a good power drill. If you're going to do all these screws by hand, you're going to get really, really tired. Yes, these are really stuck right here. So this was another thing I was gonna do as well, is to dye these black, because I think it would look a lot nicer, but no time for that now, so that will be a future project. Yeah, that's the other one. This is just one wheel. This is gonna take a bit of time, but anyway, I got all day, so. So that's kind of it. I'm just gonna put these back on the shelf. The foam and everything is seated pretty nice right there, so I'm not gonna touch that. And I can just later on buy some new rims and put these on, because one of my plans was, when we started with these Prolock wheels, was to buy one set of wheels and then buy all the tires. There are trenchers, there's MX43s, and there are the slingshots. But I soon discovered after mounting the first ones that you don't really want to demount and mount new ones as you go. It just takes too long time. So I'm gonna save up money to buy a set of wheels for each tires. So I think that's the way to do it better, I guess. It's really nice with beadlock and everything, but you don't really have time to swap them over when there's like 40 screws per or something per wheel. So anyway, I'm gonna put these regular cap heads aside. I bought the M3 by 20 stainless ones, and these are really nice, because that way I don't have to spray WD-40 and stuff and everything to because otherwise they have like a tendency to rust, even though these are, I've been taking care in that sense that I actually sprayed them, but you see there's rust stains everywhere. It doesn't look really nice. So the stainless ones are that's nice and strong enough to use on these type of wheels, I believe. I haven't actually tried yet. So now to prep the tire, I guess there's no prepping really. Just seat the foam and then just mount the rim. Even on the trenchers, I had to use some silicone spray in order to seat the bead correctly, but I'm gonna try these without the silicone spray this time, since the wheel is actually lubricated a bit with silicone already. So since last time, so we'll see how this goes. Boy, these are actually a lot stiffer than the trencher ones. Like I said, maybe it's because it's a bit cold in my workshop, but man, like I said, these tires are super stiff. I have full respect for the people that buy these pre-mounted, I guess. I have this nice little nylon stick that I can pry everything over without destroying it, so yeah, that works nice. The trick is to get that first bead reseated right there. Like I said, the rim also already have some silicone spray from the last time I mounted the trenchers, but it doesn't really work with dry rubber and dry rim if you're gonna stick that bead nicely inside. So that's one seated. That's pretty good. And now just for the front one, it's a lot easier to just push that in. Yep. Let's see now if we I'm gonna do these first ones by hand just to get a feel for it. I'm just gonna mount one every 90 degrees. That's gonna make sure everything lines up. There's a lot of work with these, with mounting these beadlocks, but on the other hand, it's pretty nice. I mean, I can kind of leave it like this and just go in and make myself a cup of coffee. Whenever I glue a bunch of tires, and I find that very stressful because you gotta glue, you gotta be fast, you gotta be quick. With this one, I mean, I can basically mount one screw every day and until I'm done, so it's kind of nice. And it's also really nice if you damage a wheel or a tire. I'm pretty pleased with that, actually. I'm not going to tighten them too much, but if you hold them to the side like that, you can kind of see how far each cap head extends, and you can kind of make them all the same. And I guess that's up to everyone how they want to do this, but I don't put my screws all the way flush. I leave about 1 millimeter of the cap head exposed. I don't even know if they're supposed to be flush, but I don't think so. I kind of measured, I believe I did it like this. See right there, that's how I leave them. So it bottoms out right there, and that leaves about 1 millimeter of exposed head above the beadlock ring. But like I said before, since there's plastic thread, you can just keep on tightening these down, and they don't really stop. So anyway, just keep a sound mind when you tighten them. Now, so the front's done, and now to the rear. Just gotta make sure that's seated in there correctly. Just line it up, and also this is actually the first video I make where I mount stuff, or I put something together, or I haven't actually done that before, because most of the time I can't really sit on the workbench and concentrate and talk at the same time and know what to say. So I hope you're okay with the mumbling. Yeah, pretty nice. I mean, I guess you can go crazy to make them exact like that, but like I said, I use a skinny handle on the hex driver and don't get a lot of grip, so just tighten whenever you slip. That's tight enough, so once again you don't strip the threads. I'm pretty pleased right there, and that's the first one. Now, there's another thing. I don't really know if I'm gonna vent these. I'm probably gonna just run them once and retighten all the screws and everything, and see how they hold up. I haven't been able to find any vent holes in the Prolock rims. I don't think there are any, so the water shouldn't really get into the foam that easy anyway. So, but we'll see. If I vent them, they might become a bit less stiff. But once again, they do feel nice. They're not as soft, of course, as the stock rubber and stuff. But well, it's kind of Proline's. I guess they're stiff for the reason that they shouldn't balloon and stuff. So I got the one down. I got one done, and I got 3 more to go. So this is gonna be really nice. Big size difference right there. Of course, it's really strange because I was thinking like these are 3.8s and these are 4.3s. Now, just my personal opinion, it should be a larger difference in the numbers right there. But anyway, so there we go. This is number 2, and note to self: make 2 of each. I'm gonna write that in right in front of me. Also, what I said earlier about making one in each direction, I guess that doesn't really apply to these, since they are larger on the inside. They kind of include one of each in the package, so as long as they pack them right, you're good to go. That mental note is not really needed. So anyway, this is the last one. Very nice. It seems like the screws are going to be enough, at least from that 200 pack. I didn't really count how many I needed when I bought that pack, but it seemed enough. Well, these are a lot of screws. So now they're all done, and I'm just going to mount them to the truck. But just a little quick comparison again. These are pretty much comparable in size, I guess, to the MX 43s. I guess the paddles are just a tad bit wider. No, I don't know. I think it's the same. And weight-wise, I guess the slingshots are the least heavy ones of the ones, while the trenchers are of course the heaviest ones, because they're more beefy, there's more rubber, and they're larger. So these do feel really nice, and like I said, they do feel just a tiny bit lighter than the MX43s. Now, of course, they're not as light as the X-Maxx paddles would be, but then again, it's a totally different type of tire and wheel. The X-Maxx ones are just regular glued ones, and although they're nice and light, like I said before, I kind of like this system a lot. It's proven to be really durable. I haven't broken any rim or tire from this Proline series yet, and also, like, but then again, the weight is really, the weight is really important when it comes to these, because while one might be heavier, I mean, you mount 4 of them. So like the trenchers, I believe they're mounted and everything, I believe they're like almost 1,000 grams, like 1 kilogram each, and that means 4 kilograms to the truck, while the stock ones I believe are close to 500 or 600, and so are the Creighton 8s, the Copperhead 2s. They're also about between 500 and 600. So that means about 2 kilograms less on the car, and that's actually a lot. The Louise ones are somewhere exactly right in between the Copperhead 2s, the X-Maxx stock ones, and the Prolines. I believe these are around 750 grams each. So that means there's 3 kilograms of wheels on the truck. I'm really excited to try these slingshots out, and like I said, I don't have much to compare with. I wish I'd kind of bought the X-Maxx ones, but that will have to wait. And so I can just compare against these smaller 3.8s, and I guess the B pedals aren't really a comparison in that sense. But it's going to be really fun to try these out on the X-Maxx, which I'm going to try them on first. It would be really nice to try them out on the Kraton 8S as well, but I haven't really decided if I want to enlarge the holes. Of course, you can just do that, drill it up to 18 or 19 millimeters, and then just use an adapter or the Mad Max X-Maxx wheel nuts right there that will fill up that extra slot. Just like if you were to mount these on an X-Maxx again. But like I said, I really like all Proline stuff. Although the Traxxas tires has shown to be really nice, light and nice, and good rubber. And what might be nice, and what would be nice, if D-Boots, which also makes really nice wheel combos and tires, if they were to make a paddle tire. But I haven't seen D-Boots make any kind of paddle tire at all so far. And like I mentioned earlier, if Louise would come up with the X paddles, that would also be really nice. They have another one. I believe they're called B paddles as well, but those are for the Baja ones, and they're a bit smaller in diameter and a bit skinnier, but they have 24 millimeter hex and an 8 millimeter hole, so you can just bolt those right on to the Kraton, and also of course to the X-Maxx with an adapter. But what would be really nice, or the best thing, I think the nicest thing would be for Louise to make an X paddle exactly like this, with a same type of rim and everything. That would be really nice. And meantime, like I said, the Prolock ones, or the Proline wheels, even though I have no really favorites, I really like all kinds of tires and wheels, and Traxxas makes nice ones, D-Boots makes nice ones, and of course Proline is Proline. Proline has always been Proline. So usually you buy a pair of Proline tires and wheels and you take care of them, they last for a long time, and it's always been like that. And while there's a bunch of more other wheel combos that I don't own or have, or I can show you here, but like the Prolock ones are they're sturdy enough for our type of bashing. You got a really sturdy hex right here that I never even broken one like that, or I haven't broken any Prolock wheel at all actually. So I'm really happy with Proline in that sense, and I think it's a good investment, even if they do cost more, or like this combo right here that I just put together with the slingshots and the wheel are priced about twice as much as the X Series Louises are in Sweden where I am. So in Swedish crowns you pay about 2,000 crowns for 4 tires and wheels, or 4 wheel combos, and you pay about 1,000 for the Louises ones, which are like half price then. So we'll see what happens, but meantime I'm happy that I'm finally took the time to mount these together, and I'm gonna mount them to the X-Maxx. Thanks for watching.